Please remember that you are a child of God, made on purpose, with love, and you are loved beyond measure. There is nothing you have to do to prove your worthiness. This life is a gift, and it's meant to be lived. The purpose of life is life itself. We are meant to act in ways that are supportive of life, and love supports life. So please, if you find yourself in a situation where you're being treated unkindly without love, if you're being treated with disrespect, please remove yourself from that situation and try to do so in a calm, loving manner, so that the person who you're walking away from can in no way project onto you some quality that makes all of it your problem. You know, if you're reactive to the situation and you get angry, you yell at them and you put them in their place, then they can focus on that and feel justified in the way they treated you, perhaps. But if you are calm and matter of fact, and you just state the fact that this isn't okay, I'm a child of God, I respect myself and my God too much to allow another to treat me in such a way, and then you take your leave, and that's very clear. And then the person has to sit with what it is they said or what it is that they did. And that's a gift you give them, the gift of truth. Truth, love, light, these are all things of God. There are a lot of people in this world who hold positions of authority and power who misuse it, who do abuse people, who do mistreat people, who don't act kindly or lovingly. A lot of people rely on these people for their income so that they can have a house, so they can have food, so that they can have medical care. And so a lot of times people will allow others to disrespect them because of that, because they're scared that their basic needs won't be met if they don't bow down to some man who has authority, even if that man fails to recognize their divinity. Well, the fact of the matter is that when you go along with that, when you go along with and allow someone to abuse you, you abuse yourself by proxy, and you abuse your God. You disrespect your God by proxy. Oftentimes in this world, because we've fallen so far away from God, out of our divinity, away from a gracious state, a lot of times to walk with God is to swim upstream or climb uphill. It's not easy a lot of the time, but it's worth it. And God does provide for his children. And the reward is great, to obey and to have faith and to trust and to stand up for what's right, to stand up for the God in you and the God in the person that's treating you badly. You do that person no favor by allowing them to go on abusing yourself or others. You allow them to continue living a delusion and an illusion that in the long run is going to cause them great suffering and pain. Because in this world, in this temporal world, that person may be experiencing all kinds of power and pleasure, but it's illusory. The real power is God's, and God wins in the end. So that's who you want to walk with. And walking with God means you don't have to fear any man. You don't have to bow down before any man, and you shouldn't. It's blasphemous to do so. To trust in a man or trust in a dollar before you trust in your God. To neglect your relationship or your walk with your Father in heaven to tend to the needs of this temporal world. God's will be done, and God's will is life and love and harmony. If we surrender to that, it will all fall into place. If we fight that, if we deny that, if we think we have to figure it all out and we don't trust in that, that's when we suffer. That's when we get abused. That's when we allow abuse to continue. Don't be complicit in your own abuse. In doing so, you make it more likely that others will be abused in the same way. And you fail to work in service of the light. We have to shine light on. We have to speak the truth to the power of this world. You know? That's how we shift this world from one of darkness to one of the light of God.